What it do, YouTube? I'm Caleb. Welcome to the Hothead Crew. Today I got a little something special for y'all, man. Today we got Beyonce exposed by Industry Insider. By the channel, the truth is, y'all should go check this channel out. Good channel. I recommend it to all my truth watchers, my exposers, my thinkers. Let's get to it.
Over the years, Beyonce has earned herself a reputation that is often on two sides of the spectrum. While she has fans who love and adore her, she also has critics who believe there is a darker side to her. Most people consider Beyonce one of the greatest pop artists of all time, and the undisputed queen of the music industry, with fans worshipping her like a literal god. I'm not exaggerating either, as there is an actual Beyonce church, where people channel God through what they believe is the goddess Beyonce. But while millions worship her, others see her as overrated and overhyped. Besides this, there are many other allegations made about her, but the most shocking allegation that's out there about Beyonce is that she's a real evil witch. Since as early as the 2010s, people have accused Beyonce of being into witchcraft. For years now, her fans have tirelessly defended her against these allegations, refusing to believe that their beloved Queen Bee could in any way be a witch or into witchcraft. But now, Beyonce is once again facing these witchcraft allegations. This time, it's not just from a regular everyday person. It's from someone who has worked for Beyonce and many other artists in the music industry. Beyonce's former backup dancer has come out and made seriously disturbing allegations about her, accusing her of not only being an evil witch, but even claiming that Beyonce allegedly tried to have her goddaughter R-worded. Now, these accusations seem to give more validity to the claims made against Beyonce being a witch. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome.
So I think she a witch. I think it's something deeper, something darker behind the scenes. Let me know.
If you have been on the internet for the past 15 years, you have likely heard of the rumors that Beyonce is a witch. While at first, it was looked at as just another wacky online conspiracy theory, over time, more and more evidence seems to surface that supports the possibility of Beyonce actually being into witchcraft. But before we get into that evidence, we must first go back to the day those allegations actually started. Claims of Beyonce being into the occult and witchcraft seem to trace back to the early 2010s, specifically the 2013 Super Bowl performance in which Beyonce was caught on stage doing this triangle hand gesture that the public had associated with the Illuminati. While most fans pointed at the gesture being a nod to Jay-Z's Rockefeller, others pointed to the occult significance behind the symbol, as the symbol is connected to the occult, referencing the symbol of the Eye of Horus, suggesting that Beyonce was using this symbol to show her alliance with the occult secret societies that run the music industry. Since early in her career, Beyonce, like her husband Jay-Z, seemed to utilize a good amount of occult symbols that led people to start calling both of them members of the Illuminati. After this Super Bowl halftime performance, the accusations started ramping up to new heights, with people seeing this strange occult imagery and a lot of her work as proof that she was into the occult. These accusations got so prominent that Beyonce herself tried denying it in her song Formation. She called out her critics by calling them haters and saying that they were corny for their Illuminati accusations. But after acknowledging the accusations, her use of occult imagery and strange lyrics continued. One moment that didn't help her case was when she released her album Lemonade, as she had some very controversial lyrics in a song she titled Denial. In this track, she spoke about using pages of the Bible as a tampon for her period, singing, plugging my menses with pages of the Holy Book. This only further gave more life to those Illuminati accusations that are still prominent to this day. While Beyonce was using occult symbols and playing around with the idea of being in the Illuminati, those who called her out were music industry outsiders who were all seen as conspiracy theorists, so no one really took their claims seriously outside of those in the truth-seeking communities. But in 2018, that all changed when an industry insider by the name of Kimberly Thompson made some serious allegations against Beyonce. Kimberly Thompson is a 3-time Grammy-winning drummer who has worked with many big artists in the music industry. She worked with artists like Alicia Keys, Kanye West, but most importantly, Jay-Z and his wife Beyonce. Kimberly had performed and toured with Beyonce for over 6 years as a member of her all-female band. In 2018, Kimberly went viral when out of nowhere, she filed for a restraining order against her boss Beyonce. The reason for this restraining order was due to Beyonce, quote-unquote, using extreme witchcraft against her. Kimberly accused Beyonce of using magic spells to essay her, being behind the death of her pet kitten, and also tapping her phones and controlling her finances. Eventually, Kimberly was invited onto Daily Mail to discuss her claims against Beyonce. The news anchors repeatedly tried to paint Thompson as a crazy person, but Thompson told them that Beyonce was indeed a witch who used witchcraft against her.
Bewitching Beyonce. Did Queen Bee practice witchcraft on one of her musicians? In this Daily Mail TV exclusive, the drummer who claims she was put under Beyonce's spell is now speaking out.
The fact that people keep saying I'm crazy, hell, the situations I had to deal with and survive are crazy.
Kimberly Thompson says she is tormented from being put under manic sexual spells by Beyonce.
We're talking about other situations where changing into animals and jumping into other bodies and all kinds of really crazy stuff.
In bizarre court papers, Thompson claims Beyonce, she refers to as this person, has started a campaign of harassment against her that includes extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and magic spells of. She also claims Beyonce murdered her kitten after the singer put a spell on it.
They were like, the cat has a spell on it. The cat was taken back to her people, and they killed it.
It's unclear why Thompson is speaking out now, even though she says Beyonce has been at it since 2006.
She's not been able to let me go. She's not been able to let me progress. She's just been a savage.
Not long after this interview, the judge denied the request for a restraining order on September 19, 2018, and Beyonce and her team never directly addressed the accusations. Eventually, Kimberly went back to working in the music industry, where she remains to this very day. This was the first time at least a mainstream level that Beyonce was called a witch. Allegations that have stuck to her until this very day. Accusations that her Stanfield quote of Beyonce has endlessly defended her against. Now, 7 years later, another industry insider has come out and made
Before her quote comes to this video, by the way, I don't care what y'all have to say. If it's in plain sight, I'm believing it. Simple.
more allegations against Beyonce. This time, it was industry dancer Khadijah Sherry, who, just like Kimberly Thompson, has a successful career inside the music industry. Sherry worked with many artists in the industry. She worked with Pharrell, being featured on the cover art and in the music video for his 2014 single Marilyn Monroe. She worked with Rihanna, performing on both the Loud and Diamonds World Tours, and appeared in the music video for Where Have You Been? But most importantly, she worked with Beyonce, appearing in the music video for Formation and performing with her during the Super Bowl 50th halftime show in 2016. Just a few days back though, Sherry went on social media and made a post accusing Beyonce of some seriously dark things. She accused Beyonce of not only being an evil witch, but also trying to have her goddaughter R-worded and harmed. She posted this statement aimed at Beyonce, stating, "Are you effing serious? You called for my child to be R-worded? You evil effing witch? At essence, check on my child. I'm about to blow this through the effing roof. At Beyonce, you went too effing far. You gotta be kidding me. I'm the child you off to be a star. You forgot? You were only supposed to be a star on the tree. Giving orders of takeouts never went with your stardom. Watch, WTF y'all do at this time. When it was happening to me, I kept my mouth shut for my career. Not with my goddaughter. I'll blow your world up. Hashtag KN95, hashtag Destiny's Child, / really Jigga Man?" These are some serious allegations, and we will be trying to figure out what it is that she was saying by this in a bit. After posting this, Sherry took down the post, but not before it was screenshotted and spread all over the blogs. This led to Beyonce's code of stans, unleashing their forces on her social media comment sections, flooding her posts with B emojis and insults, showing just how much people idolize Beyonce, that they are willing to harass someone who has called her out without knowing if she's telling the truth or not. After making this post, Sherry hasn't clarified or further elaborated on her comments, leaving people wondering what exactly she meant by her comments in this post. Not only did she call Beyonce an evil witch, but she said some other stuff that I found extremely interesting. Specifically when she said, "I'm the child you off to be a star, remember? When it was happening to me, I kept my mouth shut for my career. Not with my goddaughter. I'll blow your world up." I kept wondering what she could have meant by this. All I can think of is that these comments might be connected to some strange dark industry ritual. I say this because Sherry called Beyonce an evil witch, then claims that Beyonce was trying to somehow R-word her goddaughter, and also claiming that she allowed it to be done to her, but she won't allow it to happen to her goddaughter. What I believe she could be referring to by this is possibly something she was put through to be initiated into the music industry when she was coming up. Now it seems that they're possibly trying to do the same thing to her goddaughter. Again, I can only assume because she didn't elaborate on her accusations, but knowing how dark the music industry gets, this seems like what she's possibly referring to. The only thing that's clear about these allegations is that she called Beyonce an evil witch and that she tried to harm her goddaughter somehow and have her R-worded. Interestingly enough, these accusations seem awfully similar to the accusations Kimberly Thompson made against Beyonce long ago, as they both accused Beyonce of using dark witchcraft against them, also harming their loved ones. In Kimberly's case, it was her cat, and in Sherry's case, her goddaughter. While at first Beyonce's witch allegations seemed like a stretch, today it seems like a reality. It's no longer just the audience that is calling her out. Now, members of the same industry who worked for her have come out twice to accuse her of using black magic on them. And it's not just former employees either, as one woman who herself identifies as a witch has also identified Beyonce as a fellow witch. Sometime back, I played this clip from an episode of Tasha K's podcast, where she interviewed an industry witch named Satin Says. Satin Says gets hired by big-name celebs for her root work services. During the interview, the conversation of industry witches came up, and it ended up on the subject of Beyonce, where Satin Says confirms that Beyonce is in fact a witch.
Witch?
Oh, I am a witch, but I don't do classes for everybody. Though.
She's scared.
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Because, you know, they tell me Beyonce's a witch and
Oh,
that
she
we
is.
should be scared. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she's an Ifa. So when she wears her yellow, that's Oshun.
Oh.
You know, riches and beauty, love, and all of that. Which I can see why she's connected to Oshun. But yeah, so it's another kind of tradition.
Okay.
Like a lot of people would think but it's really Ifa. So it's it's like a lifestyle as opposed to.
I don't claim none of these words they talking about, bro. I don't know what that mean, bro. Don't believe in it.
Religion. You know?
Because I always wonder
I
what's all them
advise y'all not to
flowers
either.
and
Yeah.
all that elaborate. I'm like, can nobody buy your clothes? Your clothes look different.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
She probably gives her, so she has her own altar. She gives her food. She has parties for her. All of that. Just like Summer Walker.
As you can see, many people in the industry call Beyonce a witch, an accusation that Beyonce
She
has
is
never
weird
tried
too.
to deny. While she has denied being in the Illuminati, which she isn't a part of obviously, she hasn't denied being a witch. It's because Beyonce is likely deeply involved in witchcraft. Now, if we are to believe her backup dancer and drummer, she is using that witchcraft for completely evil reasons. But sadly, her fans defend her no matter what, and refuse to see the truth about her, all because they worship Beyonce as their god instead of the one true God. But I will say people need to wake up before it's too late, as Beyonce is only leading her fans to a burning end. In my opinion, it's pretty clear that Beyonce is in fact a witch, and if you see all this information that's about her that proves it and still deny it to yourself, you're just in denial. Well, I'm gonna end this one here.
Facts.
But before you guys go, I just wanted to remind my Patreon members to check out my latest exclusive video. If you're one of my members, you would find the
That W video about the truth is, bro. How y'all feel about this one? I mean, for me personally, the signs are all there. Out in the open, clear as day. When you got not just people outside of the industry working, I mean, not working, but claiming these things, but the people that was working for you claiming these things, that's a whole different type of case right there that needs to be looked into and seriously considered. But if y'all enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know which one to send next. Road to 2K.